hearing. Let's watch.
Do you believe our government has made contact with intelligent extraterrestrials?
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Okay, I can't ask when you think this occurred. If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
Here's Grush saying people have actually been hurt in their efforts to cover up extraterrestrial technologies, but would not answer if people have been murdered. Let's watch.
Do you have any personal knowledge of people who have been harmed or injured in efforts to cover up or conceal these extraterrestrial technology?
Yes. Personally.
Have anyone been murdered that you would think, that you know of or have heard of, I guess?
I have to be careful asking that question. I directed people with that knowledge to the appropriate authorities.
Creator of the Black Vault, John Greenwald Jr., joins us now to help dig into key moments from this testimony. Welcome, John.
I appreciate that. It's great to be here. Thank you.
Great to have you. What did you make of the disclosures today at the hearing?
You know, it was a lot of going back and talking about the importance of UAP, flight safety concerns, and all of that is of paramount importance. We have to look at this topic. It's something that's been around for decades. It's one that can't be explained. It's well documented with evidence and U.S. government files that has come out, and we can prove that. But it's time to turn up the heat a little bit. I think that we need to get the agency heads in those seats. The witnesses today, I think, did a great job. Ryan Graves and David Fravor, I think, brought a lot to the table. They were excellent with their testimony. David Grush was as well, but I'm a little bit more skeptical about the explosive nature of the claims that he's bringing forward. So what we need to do is essentially have the people that are feeding him that information and get them in the seat and turn up the heat there and ask important questions and get this out to the general public.
Yeah, it sounds like he's interviewed over 40 witnesses over the past 4 years and has enough detailed information that he knows where UAPs were recovered, that there are over a dozen spacecraft, and even that there was some non-human, biological remains taken from some of these spacecraft. What do you make of the claims that, some of the UAPs were piloted?
Yeah, I mean, that's an explosive claim. We need to dig into that. But again, these are stories that he's heard, he's come forward with. And look, I don't really have reason to believe that he's sitting there lying and manufacturing this. But where I want to, what I'd love to see is Congress to dig in more of that, dig into that background. Now, I know that this is an important first step, and many will argue this is a step process that they need to, essentially start here and go from there. But let's face it, I mean, the explosive nature of these claims is literally humanity changing. And I think that the people that Grush talked to that brought him those claims, those are the ones that need to sit in front of this committee. And although today was great, we've had these hearings now. We've had government reports that have already locked in the importance of UAP, the safety concerns, and how it needs to be dealt with. So we've established that foundation is solid. It's time to move forward because there's more explosive things to look at. And if we can dismiss those, if there's nothing to it, then let's do that. But focus on these phenomena. It is real, and go from there and take appropriate action and ask appropriate questions.
Yeah, as David Grush acknowledged in his answer to Congresswoman Nancy Mace, he had this huge claim, which if substantiated would be one of the most important discoveries ever made on the planet, that